We're on YouTube, and gosh, wow, that even sounded like it hurt. Did it get your funny bone on the elbow?
I don't know why they call it a funny bone. It's never funny when you hit it. Like, ever do you laugh when you hit it?
I don't know. I'm trying to find. Let's see that we're getting the magical tricks. How about this one? That was the one I did yesterday.
Yeah, do another.
Gosh. I told you
I should really leave them out through the week so that way we
don't
get repeats.
Yes, I always pick the same ones always the same time. Try that one. Is that one good?
I mean, no, but I don't think I have any in there that I like except for one. This is like a lip stain. You put it on and then you're supposed to wipe it off, but I'll just leave it. But anyways, I think it's called Stella. It's really pretty.
Stella?
But it stains. It's like an all-day lipstick.
So you can cheat on with Stella, huh?
What? Doesn't even make any sense. You can cheat on Stella?
No, you can cheat on it with Stella.
Are you promoting cheating now? I don't know. I don't get what you're saying. Anyways, I want to go back to the funny bone, though. Why is it called the funny bone?
Well, it gets your attention, I will tell you that. Sometimes it'll make you laugh. Sometimes it'll hurt so bad you will, instead of crying, you will laugh.
Is there such thing as someone doing that?
Yes.
I mean, I guess.
Haven't you ever had something hurt so bad?
What?
You can hit your funny bone.
Why?
So you can laugh.
I don't want to. It's not funny.
Haven't you ever hit or got a pain or something that it hurts so bad that you just start?
Yeah, when I was in labor with my 4 kids, I was just cracking up the whole time.
Well, there you go.
It was hilarious.
We'll see. What else?
Said no woman ever.
Except right now.
I'm just being dramatic. It's hot. I can't think straight today. What is it outside? Like 180?
It's lovely outside. It's summertime.
It's great if you're like by a giant body of water.
Well, that's why they made them giant bodies of water, so you'd appreciate them.
It's hot.
You wouldn't want to go in the giant body of water when it's 18 degrees.
Some people do. They do that freeze challenge.
I know, yes.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day you're going to do the freeze challenge.
You want to do it? I'll do it. What do you have to do? I mean, don't we have to go somewhere for that?
Yeah, we can try it. I'll jump in there.
So you know what? I want to go back to that. I'm cheating on your Stella pick with back to my Neutrogena. I couldn't do it. It's too dry. I don't like them. I don't like the matte ones. I mean, they're all right, but gosh, my hair looks like crap. Yours is always looking great, though.
18 tubes of lipstick, and we don't like any of them.
But one. A Neutrogena. You can't go wrong with it, man. You can't. Anyways, we're ready for Facebook. Get us off here.
Wow.
Oh, we're going to do Flash Friday because I want to do a flash dance.
Oh, I thought we were going somewhere. You know, we got to do that. There you are. You're actually hearing the funky slide guitar music for the first time in a few days. Live at 5 on Facebook Live, on IE Newswire and YouTube, on a Flash Friday. And we're going to go through that. It's a good thing you brought that up. You probably don't. Have you ever heard of Tom Likas?
No.
He was he's still around. I don't know if he's doing it. He was a radio talk show host. He done the drive time on KFI from like 3 to 7 for many years, I think during the 80s or 90s. He had Flash Friday on there. What do you think Flash Friday was on KFI back in the day on the Tom Likas show?
I mean, I'm going to go with flash dancing because my other one's not appropriate.
So, back in the day when we had traffic on the roads, or it's kind of coming back, but, rush hour Friday, 3 to 7 o'clock, practically every freeway is jammed. You're lucky if you're going 2 miles an hour, correct? Right. I mean, you're just like, especially even out here, but especially in L.A., I mean, you were like in gridlock. So they came up with Flash Friday, where it was on the freeway. So if you were stuck in traffic, the females would call in and tell of who they were flashing their breast at whomever on whatever freeway at the location.
Shut
So
up.
it became to known as Flash Friday, and chicks would call in and say, "Yeah, we're flashing on."
No way.
And then sometimes the guys that were seeing it would call in and say, "Yeah, that was Debbie from Monrovia on the 210 freeway."
Oh my gosh.
On that, yes,
They would admit who they were? The world was a better place back then.
Yes, it was. We had a lot more fun.
Well, I meant Flashdance. That's why I said
We
let's
weren't
change
we
the
weren't as
intro.
wound up as people are today on the
Thanks
meter.
for the history lesson on flashing. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, it was
And
a very.
everybody else watching, you're welcome.
It probably did. It probably. I don't know. Lycus was on about 10. I don't know. Flash Friday went on. It was about probably 4 or 5 years until he went off the air. Or, well, let's say I don't know whether he got fired or quit or whatever. KFI on that, but yeah, Lycus was. I didn't necessarily agree with a lot of some of his political opinions. Some of them I did. But he was very entertaining on the talk show. Very good talk show host on that. He's the one that came up with how everybody when they call in or you see everybody and they ask hi how you doing or whatever. He always said that's the quickest way to get off the show because you don't care how I am. And it really is. I mean, he says, just get to the point of what you called in to talk about because you don't care about me. You don't care how I am or anything else. So, which is in a lot of cases true, but people just get into that habit of saying one term to kind of do that when they really don't give a blank about what you're doing or your condition.
So you're saying when someone says, "How are you?" you shouldn't be like, "I'm great. How are you?"
Yeah, that was his. He started that. He said, "Don't He says, "You don't care. Get to the point of what it is." It was kind
And
of.
he would tell people that while he's on,
Yes,
just like straight
yes.
up, like.
Yeah. So the thing with it is when you called into your show, you're supposed to just start talking, and get right to the point, not have the delay to. And his second point was, you really don't care how I am anyway.
It sounds a lot like you. Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, you're right to the point. Sometimes people are like,
Yes, well, and I kind of took that as and sometimes like when you're doing the, and what really taught me that was this too because you got time constraints and you got to get
You
in and
do.
out of break and stuff.
Yeah.
But what really taught me that was again speaking at the 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minutes you get the city council. You go up there and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" Or "This is a great city council." Da da da. You wasted 4 or 5 of your 10 precious seconds.
yeah, you
of
don't want to waste those 4 or 5 seconds.
Yes, and then you get to the end and you're not able to complete your point because you wound up there
Caring about, the people you're
yes.
speaking to.
Correct.
Just don't give a crap about who you're talking to, and you're good.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
Rack right up
Just
there and
yeah,
go.
Yeah. And flash people on the freeway.
And there you go. We need to bring.
I'm just kidding. I'm not saying
yes,
that.
maybe we should bring back Flash Friday. Maybe we can start that. It was actually pretty entertaining segments when you would do those.
Oh my
on-
gosh! You know how many like lawsuits and stuff would happen from like
Yeah,
poor
today.
little Timmy seeing Barbara from Santa Cruz's breast on the 10 freeway? That would be great. I want nothing to do with that.
See, you're getting into the spirit of it. You described that very
I
amply.
know, I totally did. Timmy. I don't know. I always I need to have another dog or something and name him Timmy.
Of that.
Anyway.
Wasn't there a dog named Timmy that kind of became famous in a cartoon or something?
So I should have patented it. Damn it!
Oh, well, it'll work.
I'll come up with something else.
Anyway, now that we start off on the lighter side, because
Oh.
you got to
Don't
break.
go all serious
Go-
today.
you
We
gotta
can't-
break
our
all the-
viewers can't handle your.
You got to take a break of that. So no, we've interviewed one of the local sprint car racers, Jake Swanson. We've had him on the show a couple of times running back that. You can't.
Oh wait, Edward said back in the 70s there was streaking.
Well, yeah, there was that. Yes, Ray
I'm just getting
Stevens'
into all the comments right now,
famous
sorry.
song, the streak of that. That was a. But yeah, the 70s was a that. As I said, as in Southern California, we can't hardly do anything. We're like in under house arrest. So Paris Auto Speedway or wherever, Ventura or around Southern California or Bakersfield, Santa Maria, wherever. They are racing some of the places up in Northern California, like Marysville, Placerville, Petaluma, but with no fans in the stands in California. But Jake Swanson went back to Indiana because they are racing sprint cars and everything else with fans in the stands and everything else along Oklahoma, Georgia, Florida, and everywhere else. So they were back in they're back in, and what's coming up in 2 weeks and kind of what they're going to have Indiana Sprint Week, which is like.
Do you want that up there?
Without 7 races in 7 days. Yes, this is Jake Swanson's dad, Chris Swanson, loving Indiana. Even after a not-so-great day of racing for us yesterday, it was still better than most any day in communist California. Here in Indiana, we get amongst the freedom-loving patriots that aren't buying into, why did the screen go dead? There you go. We get into amongst the freedom-loving patriots that aren't buying into all the political BS out there. Looking forward to a great 4th of July show tonight and some of the great USAC sprint car racing tonight at Lincoln Speedway. So there you go. Here's some of the shots. There's that's in actually Larry Henry's house and shop back in, I think, in Pittsboro, Indiana. You're seeing some shots of that going on. There's some of the countryside looking at that. See some of there's the outside of his home out there as you're looking and typing on there. See the that they're loading up on that going out there. There's them working on the car in the shop. There's it outside at Lincoln Park Speedway across the board on that as they're setting up in their pit area. See, it's a lot different. It's a lot different atmosphere back there compared to here. It used to be like that out here, where you were more friendly. Out in the deal, this is the pit area out there, which is like a nice grass and all that. And you can.
That's the pit area?
Yes, in Lincoln Park Speedway. And this is how it is all across Iowa, all across the Midwest and the South. The whole atmosphere is completely different than. And like I say, we used to have that atmosphere out here, but, with all, like you said, with all the rules and regulations and the U4s and warehouses and all that. Here's where they were a couple days ago. This is Knoxville Raceway, the mecca of and the capital of sprint car racing, where the Sprint Car Racing Hall of Fame is. Famed Knoxville Raceway. Sad to say, they're not going to run the Nationals this year because they're limiting the fans in the stands because they hold about 25,000, but they're limiting to 8,000. So they're just going to they're skipping the Nationals this year. But they're back there at Knoxville Raceway here. Here's the stands of that, and there's the suites. Actually, there's suites up in like your high-dollar speedways at a half-mile dirt track all across Knoxville. There's there you're seeing there's the Sprint Car Hall of Fame you're seeing in the background of there. And I mean, I think it goes like 4 stories high, and then the top has got suites off of turn 2. I think that is there where the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And there's Lake Norman, not Lake Norman, Lake Red Devil, I think it is, over the Lake Normans in North Carolina. But there's some of the scenery and country you see back in that area. So, again, back to the same old thing. We used to, that used to be the scenes out in California. That's why people used to come here, because just for that. I mean, no matter what you wanted to do in California, you had the opportunity or the physical location or that to become or do whatever whatever made you happy. And as you said, like I said about the Flash Friday, and today you'd be sued in 10,000 seconds over everything about this, that, and the other. Like you said, the traumatic injuries to little Timmy when he saw,
Carol from San Pedro.
There you go, burying her top on the freeway of that, which of that. So, but and it gets back to some of the things that we've been talking about on this and the false narratives and all the things that are going on. But we just need to flat bring the fun back into life.
Yeah.
I mean. What's been going on, or what we do, I was saying that back, last couple of years, when they want to take the fun out of everything. pray tell, I didn't think they were going to go to this extreme where we're at, at this point in time.
But you know what I like though? Like I know that we're on the shutdown again with restaurants and everything like that, but I've noticed a lot of restaurants are like kind of going around the rules and like doing outdoor seating and like setting up their inner restaurant outside so that way they can still have customers come in and enjoy their
Which is right up my alley. But
I love it though because it's like they're like not protesting it, but
no, they are allowed to do out. You can't apply for a special
people, exactly, but a lot of them are
right.
outside.
Just went out and did it.
Yeah,
right.
They get the pop-ups, and I mean, I love it.
I do too. I mean, that's right up my. I said the whole thing from this deal. It's air conditioning that spreads all this stuff anyway. If you're outside, that's why I love outdoors. And I probably think of why I hardly ever ever come down with any of these illnesses. Because I just despise.
Yeah, you're like never sick, man.
I despise air conditioning. It gives me a headache. It dries my throat out.
And literally in studio, he despises it too. We're dying over here.
Some like it hot.
Yeah, no. Not me. Does it really spread it, though?
Yes.
I think you're being a little dramatic.
No, I put the
bit.
CDC. Listen to Kelly Victory in the CDC and all that. The Center for Disease Control has it on their website, how when you're in these enclosed environments of this and air conditioning, how it spreads these diseases like that. Flus, common colds, everything else. So if you really want to get rid of this or have less problems, can the air conditioning. Go outside, like you say, go outside and eat. I always love, I would rather dine outside myself than eat inside any day of the week and 9 times on Sunday.
Stephen writes in, he hopes you enjoy the heat wave, Roy. He will.
Love it.
He's insane.
Well, that goes without saying, but it's a part and parcel of the course of what we,
But you know what? Since you like torture us here and it's so hot that when we go outside and it's like 90 out, I'm like, this ain't nothing. And everyone's like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Because they're in like 70 degrees AC all day. My mom will have the house set at like 68.
And that's
people are walking around with jackets and blankets.
That's part of the problem. And that's why when you come to do that, this is my theory on it and why. When you're sitting in 68 air conditioning and 98 or 100 outside, and you walk outside, it hits you like a 36-pound sledgehammer right between the eyes. But you did a perfect example of it.
As always.
You sit over here and you walk outside of that and you think, man, this is great.
It's nice.
Yes.
Thanks, Roy.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
See, now you're
Shut up.
Now you're seeing the wisdom of what I'm doing here.
Yeah, you're so freaking brilliant, man. You know I'm joking, right? I don't really believe any of that.
No, you don't. You're telling what'd you do?
So hot, I'm not thinking straight.
Does that lipstick have truth serum in it or something?
Hell no.
Because man, you're on it today with the accuracy report of that. But no, I really think and what getting back to the point, why is it okay in Indiana or Iowa or Georgia or Florida or wherever to Oklahoma where they're enjoying themselves on the at whatever activity, you don't necessarily have to like racing like I do, but whatever. They're going on with their
baseball and stuff going on right now or no?
Yeah, what?
Baseball?
Well, that's what I say.
Though, right?
What are they going to? That's a good point. The NBA's the basketball deal.
I thought they were
and
coming
baseball.
back for a minute.
Yeah, with no fans in the stands, or what's going to happen when the first guy walks on the field and tests positive for COVID-19?
The world's going to panic.
Or
again?
half the team. Yeah, they're going to be canceling the games or this and that on top of the ball game. So when you look at this stuff, that's why I say we're taking the fun out of everything. They're only doing a few, like the deal we had on the deal with the. He got what did Trump pardon him? Pull up it on see if you can find something on that. That was a rumor today that Donald Trump was going to pardon Roger Stone, which was on his campaign team and got convicted of railroaded in and on that. Trump commutes the sentence of Roger Stone.
Folks.
Yes. Breaking news: Trump commutes sentence of Roger Stone in case in case he long denounced. President's friend has been convicted of impeding congressional inquiry that threatened Trump on the deal. Let's see. President Trump commuted the sentence of longtime friend Roger Stone Jr. on 7 felony crimes Friday, using the power of his office to help his former campaign advisor before Mr. Stone was to report to federal prison. And mainly it was like the trumped up deal on Michael Flynn, like the General Flynn who was on the staff, and they actually put him in a perjury trap and forced him to lie. Here's a little tidbit. No lawyer, don't give legal advice, but this is my understanding. So you're under oath. You go to court, testifying, deposition, whatever. So they ask you a question. Was the high today 78 degrees? And you probably heard it maybe on the radio, and you said yes. The high in Moreno Valley, California was 78 degrees. So they come back, and they can come back. So let's say the high in Moreno Valley was 75 degrees.
Ooh.
You technically committed perjury because you said it was 78 degrees when it was only 75. Now, in the grand scheme of things, what difference does it make? But technically, they can charge you for a crime of perjury, of lying in court, because it was actually 75 degrees, not 78.
Wow. That's scary.
So when you go,
That's scary.
and that's basically
that
what
makes
they.
me like, now, why even go and talk then?
Well, that's why our legal system is that. And if when you have an attorney, they tell you don't say anything unless you are absolutely positively sure you're telling the complete and accurate truth on that. Now, 98.7% of the time, it never goes nowhere, nobody pursues it. But if they want to bust your rear end over it,
Right. Just like Timmy on the freeway.
yeah, technically, you committed a felony perjury by stating that the high in Moreno Valley on July 10th, 2020 was 78 degrees when it was only 75.
That's crazy.
And that's what
That's wrong with the world.
Now you're on it.
Nailed it today.
You're on it. That's what I say. I don't know whatever it is in that Neutrogena lipstick, man. That must is that got extra smarts in it or something?
Oh
or?
wow! What the hell are you trying to say, homie? Anyways, the awkward silence. Wow. That really just dug it in deeper.
No, it boosts your already off the charts intellect.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Anyways.
Even you're laughing at that one.
Crap. That's all right.
But see, technically you are. And that's what the whole deal is.
Technically I am
But you're right. I'm
always right.
This is why the world's going completely insane. This is why Jake Swanson has to travel 2,500 miles across the country to either Knoxville, Iowa, Kokomo, Indiana, Lincoln Park to race a sprint car when he would normally be racing it 7 miles away from here at Paris Auto Speedway.
Right.
And we didn't get no 4th of July show, no Night of Destruction, no stock car races.
Everyone got a really good 4th of July show this year, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've said that. I've actually said that. I said, why do they have these 4th of July shows? I said the natives put on a better show anyway, and it was no more. Since all the 4th of July shows were canceled, they really let it off. I mean, the native people, the natives in Southern California, I could at least say for that all across the board, are putting on just as good a fireworks show as that. So why spend, why do the effort on there?
But then how much you got to figure too? How much are they spending for like fire and police?
Yeah,
and
well,
all
they
that
do
going
that
out there
anyway.
helping. I know, but if it's
I think the cops basically unless the fire department does respond if there's a fire. But I mean, the cops have basically taken like a laissez-faire deal on it. I mean, and it's going so widespread. What are they going to do? They're so overwhelmed with it. Of that, and I do think a lot of it. I mean, get your take on it. As Laura Martin posted on IE Newswire, I think a lot of it was the people just saying "F you" to the politicians and all the stuff we've got going on. That,
I mean, I think a lot of it was that and being locked inside too. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people were ready to have. I think a lot of people were looking forward to 4th of July being open. I mean, everything was opening up for.
yeah,
a
we
day.
up
then it
until
all
that
closed.
point, yeah, and then
But
just before
So
4th.
I think it's a lot of that. A
Yes.
lot of already having plans. a
Yeah,
lot of
everybody was
excitement.
geared up, ready to go, barbecues, maybe
Right.
go to the lake or down to the river or up to the
Be
mountains
with
or
the
to the
family. Oh my
beach.
gosh, that commercial though. That commercial today.
I told you we ran that. Isn't that about the most
Did we run-
disgusting? Yes, because
knew that.
hair gel had previewed it on when we run the hair gel stuff on IEN, his little press conferences and stuff.
Right.
That blank ran that, and that's what I said. I think we did it on Tuesday when you weren't here, but
Well, I totally saw it because I watch every
the
show.
the
I never miss my Newswire show.
it's a good thing the Pinocchio thing isn't.
I know that's why I didn't look at the camera, so nobody
Is
could
it
tell I was
working?
lying.
But no, isn't that absolutely incredulous? You're going to kill everybody
no.
on
Okay,
this?
so I should explain to people watching or listening. Today I was listening to my phone. I stream music, and I heard this commercial pop up where it's saying you should wear a mask because if not, you're going to kill your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your cousin, your kids.
Friends.
But it was like so dramatic, and like that list went on for a while, and it was like, because you have mentioned it a couple times, and I always thought to myself, there's no way that anybody said that and they were allowed to get away with saying that, because that's just, to me, that's false information. So Roy was right, and so get away from me. But no, I was like, holy crap!
was there a way they were doing that?
I'm not listening to anything you're saying, but I couldn't believe my ears when I heard it. Like, to put that much guilt on somebody, like, that was
Do you think I make this stuff up?
a lot of times, yes.
When?
I don't think you make it up, but I think you embellish and, like, dramatize
Did
it.
I embellish or
But, yeah,
dramatize?
no, you didn't at all. You should have made a
I
bigger deal
probably,
about it.
I was probably fairly calm about
I
it.
know. Why?
Because you get mad.
No, but it was crazy.
Now you're
I mean,
getting mad.
Yes!
See? Your voice is raising up. See how what that does to you?
Yeah.
See, now you're...
I was
Now you
really
were-
disappointed when I heard that because I don't like wearing the mask. I can't. I hyperventilate. I get lightheaded. I get, like, a lot of people I've heard had that same complaint. Unless I'm having a panic attack, then it'd be great. But I don't really have those anymore. So it was just, I don't know. To put that on somebody, and especially if you go out and you didn't wear your mask and someone does die, that, you know, you're going to feel like it's your fault. When it's not. It's the world's fault. Because it's a virus,
Yes.
and it's going to happen regardless.
Exactly. That's what we've been saying.
And
You're
then half
not-
the time, people are wearing the mask like this.
Yes.
What is the point? Or like this. Like, why are you even trying, Betty? Just take the damn thing off.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
Timmy will be fine.
Yes. And Timmy will not die if he sees Alice from Tarzana.
This one girl was
Flash
walking the other
Friday.
day. She's, exercising, wearing her mask. It's probably like 90 out. I'm thinking like, oh my
Isn't
gosh,
that-
go take it off.
Yes.
You're by yourself. You're outside. You're going to
breathing
pass out.
in the carbon
gonna pass out.
dioxide at maximum level because you're exercising and working the heart rate up and you're
Right.
breathing hard and all that.
But then if I
you're
go
really
over and
killing
I
your
take
brain
it
cells.
off, she's going to beat the crap out of me, thinking I'm trying to hurt her or something.
Well, no, if you want, like I've said,
No.
if you want to practice stupid, go right the hell ahead. All you mask-wearing people that want to wear the masks and that and practice
That's where
stupidity,
You lose them.
go right ahead. It's fine with me. But
Not that
don't
we
tell
hear-
me to do stupid.
I don't think you're stupid here at Newswire, right? Well, he does. I don't. But it's just silly. Don't do it. When you're by yourself and it's hot outside.
Yeah, there's absolutely. What are you the only?
Or the ones that are driving. Everybody
person-
goes to the ones driving around in the car that still have it on.
Yeah, you're the one you're harming is yourself. You ain't
It's just
harming
it's
nowhere
sad
else.
because people don't realize the effect that CO2 has when you breathe it in.
That's why I told them at the Board of Supervisors to get rid of the mask because they said, it causes a shortage of oxygen to your brain.
But they panic people so much with the commercials like that. You're going to kill your mom and your grandmother if you don't wear a mask. Now I got to call my mom before I go over there and ask her if she wants me to wear a damn mask. She'll say no. But at least I asked, right? It's not going to do anything anyways. She doesn't even wear a mask. She hates it. She can't do it. Anyways,
Well, it's about time.
I think your speakers are on. Another way.
Hey guys, hi Stephanie.
If you've been noticing, I've been doing the whole show without my earbuds in.
Oh, no, I didn't notice. Hey, you should wear your earbuds in.
Of that.
We don't
Got
know.
1 minute, guys.
1 minute on that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
no,
you
it
gotta
is
hear Sean.
absolutely insane on what's going on
It's
this whole
sad.
thing. Of that, I really didn't need him because we weren't playing any videos or anything.
You got to hear Sean's voice.
on the,
Why would you want to miss that?
Well, that's why I did. That reminded me when I heard it reverbing through yours.
Or maybe he doesn't.
Well, then he's losing out.
Wow. Man, oh man. I don't even get any credit for
30 seconds, guys. 30
Josh writes
seconds.
in no mask. Josh,
Right
Josh.
on.
What were you saying? I wasn't listening.
Well, what else is new?
At least I'm honest.
Well, yeah.
All right, guys, here we go.
It's a little
Apps. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
As you can hear, the funky slide guitar music that is fading down is actually emanating from our studios today as we got
We got stuff fixed around here, people.
Yes, of that, finally, of that. So we're getting back up to hitting on all 8 cylinders again on that, and we'll be playing you some videos finally to test it out to see if we're really doing that. Talked a lot about good stuff as we come to you each and every day at 5:30 to 6 on the Mighty Met 1490 KMET on a
Flash Friday.
on that. And we went through the origins of Flash Friday on when it was on the Tom Likas show on that and the oranges of that. And I won't spoil the surprise because all of you that are tuned in on KMET 90, that will give you a good incentive to go rewatch the first half hour on either IE Newswire on Facebook Live or
On YouTube, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you get prompted every time we go live.
you got it. Because that was we had a lot of good discussion about that. Breaking news: Roger Stone, political advisor to Donald Trump, and was convicted on in my opinion, a perjury trap. Donald Trump just pardoned him, commuted his sentence, I guess I should say, on that. And really, that took a lot of guts going into an election year. Most presidents would not do that. But that just shows you Trump doesn't care. He does what he thinks is right.
Exactly.
No
and you
matter
gotta
about
respect him for that, because that's really cool. I mean, this man almost lost his job. That affects his entire world.
He did lose his job.
He did?
Of that, yes, he was
Oh, I knew
convicted, and he was just. They were just about ready to. I mean, he was supposed to report to prison today because he got convicted of 7 years.
I thought
on
you
this.
said he kept it. I don't know.
No, he was out, but today was the day he was supposed to go in, and Trump commuted his sentence. And most presidents would not do that because of the political ramifications of doing that going into election. 3 or 4 months or 5 months out from the election. So, and your analysis was like I say, I don't know what's in that Neutrogena lipstick, but your analysis was spot on that. I mean, that's why, if nothing else, you should give Trump respect for that because he does. He does what he thinks is right, regardless, and he doesn't put it through the political bubble or how's it going to benefit me or is it going to look bad on me, da-da-da-da-da.
I don't always agree with everything he says or does. Well, says. He does everything right. But doing that really shows that he's a man of, his word and respect. And who wouldn't want a president like that? right?
It beats the hell out of me. Of that, no, it's a pretty good. We ran through a little bit of that. We Jake Swanson, who we've had on a couple times on the show, sprint car racer, Southern California area, Paris Auto Speedway. We showed his, and we'll just give you a brief deal. This is what his dad posted. I just want to reread it again. Loving Indiana, even after the not so great day of racing for us yesterday, it's still better than most any day in communist California. Here in Indiana, we get to be amongst the freedom-loving patriots, and we aren't buying into the political BS out here. Looking forward to a great 4th of July tonight and some great USAC sprint car racing tonight at Lincoln Park Speedway. So that's going to kind of segue into what we're going to talk about, and we'll see if the videos run too, because I think it was Monday or Tuesday, the great Charlie Daniels passed away of 83 of a sudden stroke. Kind of a hit, it wasn't expected of that. Charlie Daniels, who we played his music that day. My favorite, I think that was Monday, because of my favorite long-haired country boy. My favorite Willie Swamp second is long-haired country boy, and that got a mention in the eulogy of that. But it was a nice service. Travis Tritt, Vince Gill, and Gretchen Wilson, and there's one more I'm trying to think of. I said Travis, and Trace Atkins were there and performed and spoke at the ceremony. But what really struck me about that, watching it today, and it kind of dovetails into what we've been talking about and taking the fun out, standing up for America, doing what's right, because that's what Charlie was all about. It reverberated through his music, and especially like the one he wrote in America right after right after September 11, 2001, when we were attacked and they flew the planes into New York City and all that. And he said, "You never did think that we'd ever get together again, but we did, and we all came together after that to fight a common enemy." And Charlie loved America. He loved the military. He loved the cops. And he loved everything about the freedoms that we enjoy. So to play this, this is going to be the first video clip that we have coming up. This is the main pastor in the church that he attended and where his service was today. This is Pastor Alan Jackson of the church, and he's giving this. And these couple clips, I think, really sum up Charlie Daniels.
He knew how to be a friend. We live in a time when that's not necessarily in vogue any longer, and I pray one of the things we will take from our interactions with Charlie Daniels is that we'll be better friends after this day, that we'll never take those friendships for granted or presume upon them or want somebody else to do something for us, but that we will walk a little taller with a more generous heart and a more open hand, and we'll be better friends. Now, knowing this room and who's been on the stage before me, I'm sure all of us spend our lives listening to Charlie's music. And in his lyrics, there's a tremendous amount of wisdom. And it seemed like an appropriate way for me to begin to conclude my remarks. What this world needs is a few more rednecks.
Yes.
What most people call a redneck ain't nothing but a working man, and he makes his living by the sweat of his brow and the calluses in his hands. Now, you intellectuals may not like it, but there ain't nothing you can do, because there's a whole lot more of us common folks than there'll ever be of you.
Yes.
What the world needs is a little more respect for the law, the Lord, and the working man. The next line is my favorite in that song, and I promise you it's true. I was raised on beans and cornbread, and I like my chicken fried. If you ever want to know how to engage Charlie in a dinner meeting, tell him you had beans and cornbread. He'd come off the road for that. Now, Hazel, I know you're heartbroken today, and I'm confident that your grief is profound, but we're all gathered in this place to say something to you today. We don't want to catch you sitting on a bar stool acting like a darn fool, drinking your baby goodbye.
There you go. That's the first part of that. And I wanted to play that clip, and Hazel's his wife that he was mentioning on that. But that's a lyric off one of his great songs, and like that, we need more rednecks. That's a famous Charlie Daniels song on that, and you got some of the lyrics on it. But it's profoundly true. Nothing but a redneck is the common man. That's the one that built this country, that still makes this country run, and we've been systematically trying to destroy that, in our society, and that's what's the overwhelming. If there's anything that Charlie Daniels left us in a legacy, it would be that. Not to mention the great music and all the entertainment and everything that he did, but as Alan Jackson said, there was great wisdom in the lyrics of a Charlie Daniels song. There's no, like I said, my favorite, The Legend of Woolly Swamp. There's no greater, mystery horror, but to the point and with a message behind it that everybody should heed. And if you did that, this world would be a better place. And it's like my favorite second song, "Long Haired Country Boy." That's what, and to see that being torn down and stripped down and demonized, everyone that's like that, or that just saddens me to no end when you do that, because what you're doing is not only stripping down America, or that, what you're stripping down is the opportunity to be successful, the opportunity to live your life the way you see it, what makes you happy. And we're stripping that down each and every day.
Diane writes in, loved Charlie and what he stood for, beautiful service today.
So what did you take of that?
I think it was great. I mean, they had a performer there, though. How many performers did they have?
They had Trace Adkins, Vince Gill, and Travis Tritt, and Gretchen Wilson.
That's amazing.
That's
really sweet that they go and take their time to do that. Because a lot,
Yes.
I mean, not a lot, but some people wouldn't offer that. That's really nice.
And again, like I said, the stories that were told were just like that across the board on that piece. But
I mean, no matter where you're at, what funeral, I mean, people are always going to have something nice to say about it. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but I think that's a really beautiful thing that everybody came out like that.
yes,
It seemed like it was packed.
And that was the impact that Charlie Daniels had, across and why millions and millions of people loved him, loved his music, bought his records, went to his concerts and everything else. Because like the pastor said, you take no matter which one you did, Devil Went Down to Georgia, In America, We Need More Rednecks, Long Haired Country Boy, which was one of his first hits back in 1972, of that Woolly Swamp, which I think was later on about 78 or 9 of that. But there was always a message or a something that made you think. And, there wasn't, a bunch of N-word this and stomping around that and wearing your pants down below your rear end and all this other
That's how I
crap.
wear my pants all the time.
Of the, what?
Just kidding. That's how I wear my pants all the time.
Of the,
Oh, that sounds horrible. Never mind. I'm just kidding. I take that back.
Yeah, but-
I'm gonna stop talking.
yeah, the
But no, I
the
used-
smarts off the
I
Neutrogena
know,
lipstick
parents
must
are
have wore
gone.
off. You must have absorbed up all the magical potion in there with that statement.
Yeah,
But
I know.
no, it was. And again, like I said, to strip that down, and what we're seeing in our society today, and some people were going after Charlie Daniels in amongst us for some of the lyrics or some of the songs he wrote. Again, racist, yada yada, blah blah. Chill out, people.
He said his songs are racist?
Yeah, they're trying to
Why?
make it
What?
because we are.
Because he had long hair?
No, because we're practicing stupid. Because you are supposed to demonize the redneck. You're supposed to stomp down every adage of the straight white male. They are the evil force of everything in the world. And no matter what it is, that's what you have to do. And that's what the theme of it is, to get control of you. It's guys like Charlie Daniels that were warning you or giving you what you should, the values you should have, the things that make, not only make you, that will make you great, that will make you happy. That's what he was talking about in that stuff. We're going to run the second clip of that that we got coming up on there that I had from the service. This is, again, Alan Jackson delivering the eulogy at Charlie Daniels Memorial Service.
Charlie told us in the song he was a simple man, but he had amazing discernment. You know what's wrong with the world today? People done gone and put their Bibles away. They're living by the law of the jungle and not the law of the land. Now, when I was younger, I listened to Charlie's music. I had an 8-track tape in an old station wagon that my dad let me drive with Charlie on full volume. And he did a song called Long-Haired Country Boy. I had more hair, at least it was longer. And I was definitely a country boy, and that song was almost an anthem, it seemed like, for me. The line was drilled, if you don't like the way I'm living, then just leave these long-haired country boys alone. What I didn't know at that time in that station wagon with Charlie and the 8-track was that he was a prophet. Preacher man talking on TV, putting down the rock and roll, wants me to send a donation because he's worried about my soul. Now, I am talking on the TV, and I am worried about your soul. And the donation is good, too. So much of his music celebrated our country. In America, he said we were walking real proud and talking real loud again, that we'd all stick together. But you never did think we'd get together again, walking real proud and talking real loud again. I pray we see our nation heal and come together again. Charlie genuinely cared about people. It wasn't something he did when there was a camera or somebody watching. He made us all feel as if we were his friend. The most unkind thing I ever heard Charlie say about another person was in The Legend of Woolly Swamp. Lucius Clay was a greedy old man. That's all there was to it. And the Creighton boys were white trash. And they lived over on Parvis Creek. I don't know who he knew on Parvis Creek, but he put you in a song.
There you go. And I'll do that, and these words are ingrained in my head. If you don't like the way I'm a living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. And you do that, and like you said, like Alan Jackson said, this is what we should be celebrating. We should, if we really want to be healing of that, this is the values that built this country. This is what it was built on. And this is what will sustain, not only sustain what we have, but build it to greater heights. Charlie understood that. A lot of us understand that. There's forces out there that are trying to tear it down and trying to demonize that, to put you under slavery and enrich them. So, as we go back and forth on this, and like they said with that, and it was, you couldn't have said that, and like I said when we was on Monday when he passed away, I said, my favorite song was The Legend of Woolly Swamp, and my second favorite one was Long-Haired Country Boy. And to have him highlight both of those in the eulogy just brought a big smile to my face when he did that.
Right.
Because I know it impacted him probably, or in the same manner, the same type that it did me when I heard them and come to appreciate Charlie's music of that. And it is, and you listen, and that's why I roll back to what he said, and you listen to the wisdom and the life lessons of that Charlie put into his music. You put those into practice, you're going to be prepared for practically any situation that comes on. There's going to be no hill that you're going to be afraid of, no hill you're going to run around, knock down, go through or anything else. Nobody's going to stop you but you. And that's what we need to have the spirit of people of that. Of not worried about somebody else, or somebody else is going to take care of me, or somebody's going to do that, because the bottom line at some point is going to come down to you. It's going to come down to what you are going to have to deal with these situations or that. And what's going to determine your outcome is the sum total of the lessons you have learned. And Charlie learned those lessons. Charlie, like he said, Charlie never, or like Alan said, Charlie never, hardly ever said a bad word about anybody of that. He was and really appreciated it, and was a very down to earth guy from the standpoint, even though he was very famous. So I think we could take a lot of, and instead of trying to tear down, as some are trying to do, a guy like Charlie Daniels, we should be celebrating not just Charlie Daniels, but the wisdom of the music that he left us going forward, and put those lessons into practice.
I can't believe, are they doing that since he passed away? Then it all started coming back out? Why would you do that?
I
mean,
think
or has it been going on?
I think it just started, amongst the things. Oh well, how they're turning everything into a racist whatever.
Right.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh, you're using a red Sharpie. Oh, you must be a racist. What, do you hate Indians or something? I don't know.
He is Indian.
Well, there you go.
So
I mean,
that's unless he hates himself. Do you hate yourself?
Well, some people have claimed that.
I said no. Do you hate yourself?
No, I do not hate myself.
I know. Everybody knows Roy doesn't hate himself.
But what I'm explaining, and I hope that the lesson goes on as we, as we move forward in this, and this is a lesson that we learn, going to the deal, because
that's just, but not to cut you off. That's ridiculous.
No,
this man just passed away. Like, just why do we have to put a family that's already hurting more pain on top of that, plus a world that's already hurting? Really?
Well, no, yeah, exactly, and
that's crazy.
Even so, moving forward,
that's so sad.
And even so, moving forward, don't try to tear a guy like Charlie Daniels down. You learn to be a person like Charlie Daniels, and you might find your life might be a heck of a lot better.
Or take away things you do like.
Yeah.
And communicate with those that are close around you. Like, oh, I can't believe it. I mean, talking and like expressing something that bothers you, I think is a great thing. I think everybody should do that, and to always have that communication there, and just have someone to vent to. I mean, everyone needs that vent, but to go and take it public and put it on media and try to change everything, like the Redskins. I mean,
that's another idiotic.
That's
Yeah, we're going to
silly.
change. Yeah, well, we've
Not
been
to
on like
change
a
it, but-
30-year deal of changing the name of the Washington Redskins of that, and that's why I say the idiocracy.
you can't change history. We should be embracing it.
Exactly. There isn't. It's
And
like
if you don't like his music, don't listen to it. Change the channel.
It's just like we.
And if you don't like what Roy says, no, I'm just kidding. Listen to me. Tune him out.
Well, it's like we talked about slavery. There's no culture, ethnicity, whatever shade of brown your skin tone is. There's no society that is free from slavery.
Right.
So what the heck? You want to take the 360,000, I think, that died in the Civil War, that fought on the northern side to free the slaves? Are you going to pay their families reparations for freeing you? Where does this idiocracy stop? I mean, of something. No, nothing was perfect. Nothing is perfect today, and nothing on this earth is ever going to be perfect as far as we can tell. So you're always going to have, you're going to have to deal with adversity. It's just part of life. But
Right.
as the old saying, what does not kill me makes me stronger.
Oh, look.
And that's what we should be taking for, and that's what I think, and like Alan Jackson said, that's how we heal our country, not tearing it down, not rioting, not doing a bunch of idiotic stuff.
Really quick, I took to Facebook today to bring people some laugh and joy, because Roy can't always do it. So, sometimes I like to participate too. Anyways, I want to show this cute little funny video off of Dustin's page.
I sensed a dig in there.
No, not at all. Look at it. This is what 2020 is like.
Yes.
I thought it was kind of cute.
Yes. No, it is very apropos. Yes, the rocket, for those of you
If
not
that
watching
don't explain
or
it.
on radio, yeah, the model rocket goes about 3 feet off of the air when they launched it. That's about as stupid as we are in 2020. We should have a video of a real Estes rocket that we used to launch off that like goes.
Thanks, producer. No, look how cute this is. Hang on.
Little
Describe
piglet.
it.
Yes, little piglet man. Lady
Being
feeding.
hand-fed with
Yeah,
a little
with a syringe,
food
yes.
syringe. How adorable is that? I mean, it doesn't get any cuter than that.
Of
right?
that little piglet's
baby
getting
piglet.
fed on
I
the
want
way
one. Can we get a studio pig?
to studio pic of what?
A studio
Oh,
pig?
studio pig.
Yeah, not
of
pig. I
that.
have enough of those. Selfie.
Of the deal, but no, it's I hope.
See, people need to see more videos like that. Maybe people will be like, "Ah," and their sweet side will come back. Like your sweet side's coming back because I'm forcing it, but it's there, a little bit. Maybe we can do it
that
with other
look
people.
on your face was like.
I'm totally lying, but they don't know that. People listening don't hear it.
We are on video. Yes, that's.
We are. Oh crap! Go to camera 2. Go to camera 2. I'm just kidding.
Well, what
Do it.
difference is that
I
going to
know.
make?
I don't know. Anyways,
Well, it was a fun Flash Friday.
it was a fun show. I like having fun shows. It's not all serious all the time. People know what's going on in the world. Change it. Don't be like all the people on the news. Unless they're doing good, then be like them. Right?
Right. Have fun. Head back to get back to a place where
You know your neighbor.
yes, and you
And
sell
you like them.
yes,
And you're nice to them.
yes, and they will actually have your back instead of trying to put a sword in your back.
I wonder why people got angry. I think you know what I think it was, though? I think that people are insecure nowadays.
Oh, we
I
can
think
get
it's
into the yes.
We should. I thought about that earlier when I was doing my hair. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I want to talk about that, and I totally forgot.
and
You're
you're gonna
that's why
lo-
people are mad.
you're gonna love the analysis of why people are getting insecure on that, but that'll be a
It's
teaser
media.
for next.
It's media.
No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, a little bit of it.
Well, I
but
think for relationships, I think that's why. Because they see like those like bachelor kind of dates, and then their husband doesn't do it, and they get mad. Or wife. We'll get into it next week. I'm excited.
yes, it'll be
do it.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be
On the-
interesting.
Yes, that'll spark some lively discussion
Mm-hmm.
on the meter. So it was a fun week on the deal. So
I thought it. See, now we got to change it to Fun Friday because we were fun today.
you don't like Flash Friday?
I mean, it's all right, but we were fun. So
Oh,
let's
that-
go out with Fun
Well,
Friday.
we'll figure it out for that.
Right.
Well, anyway, we're gone.
We're gone.